Hello, hello, hello. I am so excited on this evening. You just don't know. My name is Coach Ebony Lachelle, and this is the inaugural presentation of What's in Your Cups, Hearts, and Crowns. What is Heart and Crown? This is a queen's table of sorts, a queen's royal court where ladies can get together and share their perspectives on life, love, relationships, sisterhood, child rearing, all of it, everything that falls in between. So I am so very excited and grateful for the ladies who are on this first panel with me. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. You have seen them all before, except for Sister Glover down there.
Hi, y'all.
She is new to the
Hello.
space, and
Uh,
because she is new to the space and that I've never had her on anything before, I'm going to let her go first.
oh, wow. Good evening. I'm Tara Glover. I'm excited about this first panel. One of the things that is near to my heart is women and women loving on women. Like I tell Ebony often that I'm such a girl's girl or a woman's woman. Um, I believe in lifting up my sisters and being there for my sisters, because many times we always get the bad label of being catty women or, women that are tearing each other down. So I'm always excited when we have gatherings like this one where we can build each other up. So I'm excited about tonight. And so, hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. So, Sister Courtney, I'm going to let you go next. Speak
Hi,
to the people.
ladies. I'm Courtney Jordan. And just like Miss Glover, I am a girl's girl as well. I'm all for sisterhood and just being a community because we need
Mhm.
each other. We cannot do this alone, even though we think we can.
Mhm.
But we need to lean on each other. So I'm all for the sisterhood as well. So yeah, I'm here with you ladies. I think we are like minded.
Yes. All right, Crystal. So they haven't seen a
Hi,
lot of you lately, but go ahead and
I
say hello.
know. Hey everyone, I'm so excited to be here with these ladies. I'm Crystal. I'm just a woman, I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a niece, I'm an auntie, I'm a lovey, a woman wearing a lot of hats, and it's always good to be in the company of women that are relatable,
Yes.
you can share your life woes with and get inspiration from and encouragement from. So I am just prayerful that this platform will be used in that way, and I'm excited to like love on y'all and let y'all love on me. So this is gonna be fun.
All right, Miss Crystal. All right.
So
Yes.
let me tell you where this came from. So I've always been a person who believed in creating a pool and atmosphere of reciprocity. I
Mm-hmm.
also believe that there's enough out here for everybody to
Yes.
get a piece, everybody to have an opinion, everybody to
Mhm.
say something, everybody to be able to uplift somebody else. So, we're on this platform is What's in Your Cup. And I was having a conversation with Courtney, and if you follow Courtney, you know that she has a platform. Tell them about your platform, name of your platform, Courtney.
Conversation with Queens.
And so her catchphrase, her tagline is "What's in your heart."
Mm.
And so as I was talking with her that day in that conversation, and it just began to marinate in my spirit, and I was like, we all know that what's in our heart comes out, and we also
Um,
know that the crown of the queen is heavy.
mhm.
And so I said, what can I do that we can share a space
Right.
and show that we women can love on each other, women can have walk similar paths, but still their journeys be different, but they still have something that adds to one another. And that is where Hearts and Crowns came from.
Okay, girl.
Mhm.
That is where it came from. So I was
I
like,
love that.
I was like, and so when I was like, hey, sis, I got something that's marinating in my spirit, you were part of that inspiration. So thank you.
Thank
Mm.
you. Thank you.
I love it.
So, tonight's conversation is about sacred spaces. And if you know me, you listen to me, hear me in random conversation. One thing that I am super big on is boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
creating and maintaining. And I always put this disclaimer on it: healthy boundaries, because you can have a boundary that has become a wall that keep
Mm-hmm.
people out and not necessarily a gate where people can come back and forth in. So I want us to talk about how we can create those. So, ladies, when you hear the word sacred space, what does that mean to you, both personally,
Mm-hmm.
professionally, whichever one you want to go with?
Oh. Um, can I guess I'll start.
Yeah,
When I
yeah.
think of my sacred space, I think of like my safe place, like my home. I consider my home a sacred place. Like
Mhm.
as far as like me, people that know me know I don't do a lot of visitors in my home because I'm just always thinking like people carry spirit. You just never. So I feel like my home should always be my safe place, my go to when I want to shelter myself from the world or the outside space where I want to go. And I always tell people I can be ugly in my house. I don't have to put on makeup. I don't have to do my hair. I don't have to do anything. So when I'm at home, this is my peaceful place. This is my sacred place. That's how I think of when I think of a sacred place, like where you can go and you don't have to. I say, and I hate to say put on airs, but when you go to work, you put on your work face, your work attitude, your work.
Yeah.
But when I'm
Yeah.
at home, I can just be Tara.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Courtney, Crystal, whichever one of y'all want to go.
Go ahead, Courtney.
Okay, when I think of a sacred spaces, I think of my I have a space where it's just me and God. So that's
Hmm.
what I consider. That's my time where I'm crying. I'm on my face. That's my sacred space to me. And mine is, it's my bathroom.
Oh,
That's
mine
my
too. Yeah,
that's
that's mine
my
too.
sacred space.
Yeah.
It goes down in the bathroom. I got
Yes.
one room. So yeah, that's the sacred space for me. It's me.
Okay. I love that. I think for me, what I've learned over the years about myself is that when I go into a sacred space, it's not one space. I tell my team before I leave at work, like, enjoy your weekend, create a space to recharge, fill yourself up, for whatever. So a lot of times I'll hit a trail walk. I'm out
Okay.
in nature. It's something about being around the trees and seeing how big and tall they've grown and they withstood storms and
Yes.
and all the things through life, and seeing the squirrels running around and the butterflies, and they not worrying about anything. That brings things back into perspective for me. So I love being outside. But I can also create, like you said, in my bathroom. Like sometimes I'll
Hmm.
lock that door, turn me on some music,
Hmm.
Girl.
light a candle. I may have a glass of wine, and I'm loving on myself. I'm caring for
Hmm.
myself. I'm doing my skincare. A couple of Sundays ago, I didn't get up and go to church, but I went on the front porch. I had me a cup of coffee. I had my Bible. I turned me on some gospel, and that was my sacred space. So for
Hmm.
me, it's like I create the space that I need in that moment based on what I'm needing. Is it mental? Is it emotional? Is it physical? Going to the gym, things like that. I try to mix it up just because, life around you is still happening.
Right.
You don't want to stop other people, and you don't want them to intrude on your time with yourself. So
Right.
sometimes I have to step away from the family. Sometimes I have to tell
Hmm.
my daughter, like, hey, give me an hour, I'll be back.
Yeah.
So I can
Yeah.
take that time for myself. So yeah, I try to create sacred spaces.
And that's key. The sometimes you have to create it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's not always readily available. I know
Yep.
for me, my sacred time is in the morning before the kids get up, and I'm in that shower.
Yeah.
Had some of the ugliest
Right.
cries
Hmm.
in that shower. I've
Yes.
gotten divine revelation
Yes.
in the
Mm-hmm.
shower. if I'm going to be inspired, like if I'm meditating on something to write, it happened. The first couple of words usually come when I'm in the shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that is definitely my sacred time. And another time is when I'm driving.
Yeah.
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 In the car, yes, in the car.
Driving in the car, and I'm like, okay, God, I need to talk to somebody because I do so well when I'm talking things out with people. And I'm like, and I done call like 3 people and nobody answer the phone. And then I'm like, okay,
I need to talk to you.
okay,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I need
That's it.
I need to talk to you. And by the time somebody called me back, I'm like, you know what? Never mind.
I'm good.
I
Mhm.
done
Yeah.
already talked to the father, and I'm good. This was supposed to be something me and him was supposed to work out because yes.
No one was
So
available.
yeah,
Yeah. It's something
so
ritual and like therapeutic about being in the shower, y'all.
It
It
is.
really is.
it
It's
is.
cleansing. Like you're like
Mhm.
washing away like whatever those thoughts are so that you can actually be open to receive new thoughts, new ideas, new perspective. The shower is definitely a whole vibe. That is definitely a sacred
It
I
is
space.
a form
literally
of
can
meditation.
feel. Go ahead, Courtney.
Oh, no, I was just saying it's a form of meditation because
Yes.
you're
Mhm.
Yes,
doing breathing exercises while you're
Yes.
and you're inhaling, you're exhaling, you're releasing. That's
Yes.
the beauty of that's the shower. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes. I
no,
love
but
it.
I would just say I can literally feel my burdens washing away.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes, like when I'm in the shower and when I'm praying and I'm crying, and it's at some point where I literally can feel it from my head. I can feel
Mm-hmm.
it wash away.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, God, do your big thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, it's something. The water, the
Yeah.
water,
Mhm.
not the
Yeah.
water. That goes into our next question of why is creating that sacred space so important. It's so important for us emotionally, spiritually, or even physically. Why is that important?
Because we'd be insane if we didn't have it. For
Right.
our sanity, really. We
Yeah.
Mhm.
must.
So my aunt, God bless her soul, she used to tell me all the time, like, hey, you have to take care of yourself because nobody's gonna raise them kids like you,
Mhm.
and nobody gonna love them like you. And she would always tell me, like, you gotta take care of you. I suffered from mad, like, mom guilt for
Mm-hmm.
wanting to like be by myself or take time to myself. And I have an adult daughter and I have a teenage daughter. And watching my adult daughter like step into her own life, I had a revelation, y'all. Like these kids are gonna grow up and they're
Mhm.
gonna go on and live their life. And you gonna be stuck like what I'm supposed to do now, what I'm gonna do with my hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I do now? So I started practicing this because I can't be for them, for anyone, be it at home, family, work, if I'm not at 100,
Yeah, yeah,
you know? So creating that space is so vital initially for your own health, mental, physical, emotional health. But if you really are a servant type person, like most of us are, we're servants. We're used to doing for others. We're used to like nurturing everybody and we're constantly pouring out. You can't pour from an empty cup. So you got to make sure your cup is full, and what flows over to that salsa, that's for everybody else.
Yeah.
Right.
baby.
Mhm.
That's my thing right there.
Yeah,
Benefit from that overflow.
that overflow, baby.
What's in the
Yeah,
cup is for you.
that's for
Mhm.
you. That's for you.
Mhm. And I totally agree with Crystal. Like the sacred space, it gives you time to refuel. Because when I feel like when I'm out in the world, out at work, out being a mom, being whatever you are in your ministry, people are constantly pulling, 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 and it
Yeah.
is draining to you. And sometimes you're just like, you know what? And I said this the other Sunday at church, like, who's gonna fill me up?
Mm,
When you're like, if you're like an empath like me, I'm constantly giving, 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 giving to
I
people.
agree.
It's like,
Yes.
who's gonna fill me up? And so sometimes it's you. You have to fill your own self back up because usually it's so many people pulling on you. Like you said, you being a mom, you being a wife, you being a professional, you being a in ministry, it pulls on you so many ways. You're being pulled so many ways. So it's very important, like you said, because how can I pour into anybody else from an empty cup? So I have to take time to fill myself back up.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Um. So how do we know we have identified our sacred spaces? We have identified why they are important. Now, how do we erect a boundary
Mm.
that
Mhm.
allows us to create and maintain that space? Because that's not as easy as it sounds.
Mm-mm.
Uh-uh. No, it's not. But I think Crystal touched on it earlier when she said she tells I think her daughter, "Hey, give me an hour, give me this," and it was so funny because I was at a relative's house yesterday, and anyway, I was trying to find my way out of the house, and one of the doors said, "Do not enter." It said, "Do not enter," and I was like, "Why does it say do not enter?" And that's what she said. This is my the kids know because with her grandkids actually, it weren't her kids. Grandkids know. Look, when I need time to myself, this is where I go, and you cannot enter into this space, so they know, hey, listen, that was her way of putting up, a boundary. And like earlier someone mentioned the bathroom is my space because my son is not going to come in there. And so I usually am in the bathroom for long periods of time, to build myself up. And so that way I don't have to necessarily out of my mouth say, don't come into this he just knows not to come in
Yeah.
there because he's not going to come. So when I want definite time that nobody's going to run in and bother me, I go in my bathroom, which is one of my sacred places. Mhm.
My children just busting it anyway. And I'll be like,
My
Yeah.
God.
hey, I'll be like, hey, I need to be alone. And I have learned to tell my children that I am overstimulated.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes.
That's what I was
Mhm.
Yeah.
going to share, y'all. One of the things that I started earlier, when the girl, my youngest was a lot younger, I would bring my girls with me on certain days, like certain Saturdays where I'm like would typically do things by myself so that they can see what mommy's doing. So
Mhm.
like I wanted to show them so that they understood that this was something I'm doing for me. It's not necessarily going to be the most exciting event for you, but I want you to come with me so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going on a trail walk, or I'll go do 3 miles at Westgate, or I'll just go and have breakfast by myself, whatever. And I feel like showing them what I do when I'm like, hey, I'll be back. It's a Saturday morning. I'll be back in a couple of hours. They know now, like, I don't want to go with her. She's gonna
Yeah.
all right, girl, I'll see you later. But I did it for a couple of reasons. I wanted them to understand, like, I'm doing what I want to do in this time frame for me, right? And then I also wanted to show them, like, this is important. It is okay to create these boundaries, but communicate them, like communicate them with the people that you love. Like, I let my mom know, like in the mornings, I'm quiet in the mornings. Like
Yes,
when
me
I first
too.
wake up, it's like it's quiet. Like my spirit is just waking up to this world.
Mhm.
Like, give me a minute. Like, give me a minute. But I'm intentional with it. And now, like, it's a practice. Once you start doing those things, people are gonna be like, oh, that's what she does every morning.
Yeah.
Or
Mhm.
that's her evening routine. Or like she's quiet today. Give her some space. Like, and I just yeah. But it does take time. It takes time. You got to teach people what you need.
Girl, my daddy don't care.
I look, Ev, you know
He
my
don't care.
mama.
I be like, yeah, I be like, like if I stay with them, spend a night or something, I became more of a morning person when I had children. I am not a morning person. If I am by myself, I don't want to talk the first 30 minutes. Like, let me get my life together.
Right.
Um, but when I'm staying with the Reverend and his wife, because they
Not the
done
river.
been up longer than the Reverend and his wife, they done already been up. They want to
Mhm.
talk.
Yes.
Now my mama, she'll let me be a little bit, but my daddy, and I be like, Daddy, I just need a few minutes. I
Yes.
just need a few minutes. I'm gonna
He
talk
started the
to you.
morning off with questions, Ev.
Right. Because
Questions.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
in his mind, you should have been up.
Look,
yes.
and here's my I should have been up. Cause he done came there before, like he'll call me something like, hey girl, get up.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how my parents are. They'd be like, you up? You up in there? I'd be like, yeah, yeah. I'm not. I still got
Mhm.
my eyes.
Like
I still got the stuff in my eyes.
yeah, let me be a minute. And
Just
I'm
a
like, if
minute.
you give me a few minutes, and I was like that too when I worked night shift. And they were easier to get it because like we get there about like 10:30, get report, then we have to make rounds, and they will be all chipper and stuff. They have been on night shift for years. Hey, I don't want to be on night shift.
I
I'm,
don't even want to be here.
I don't even want want to be here. So
True.
trying to talk to me and be chipper that first 45 minutes is
Yep.
not. And so it after they got a little bit, it would be now once I would done rounded on them patients because then I got to put it on if the patient's still awake.
Hmm.
Talk while I'm charting, but don't talk to me before that.
It's easier. Do you guys feel like it's easier to set those type of boundaries at work than it is with family? I think
Most
it's easier for
definitely.
me at work.
It's most definitely.
Work is easy. Family is different because I feel like,
Family is different.
yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like I can give them a hard no. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Or
your family don't care.
yeah.
Yeah, they expect you to do what you've been doing. You know,
Hmm.
you're always supposed to be available.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially as a mom, you don't get to take your hat off as a mom
No, ever,
ever. Mm-mm.
ever. You know. So
No.
yeah, at work, I like you said, I feel like I am creating that hard boundary. Like if I still got my purse on my shoulder and I haven't made it to my office, like asking or telling me something means nothing.
Yeah,
Like at least like let me get in my office, let me get my purse down, let me log in. And then I normally come out to the team and be like, "Good morning, everybody. How's it going?" But honey, I some mornings I walk through the door and I've had my agents will be like, "Hey, Crystal, so I got what?" And I'm like, "There's absolutely nothing I can do to answer that question right now. My key to my office is still in my hand." You
And they
know,
be so excited too, don't they?
Jesus,
Cause why? Cause why? They
Jesus,
just be chipper.
yeah.
So we've already kind of touched on this a little bit, but I want to know from you ladies, Crystal and Tara, because no, sorry, Courtney, because Crystal already answered. What practices and rituals help you to
Mm.
maintain the boundaries that you set when life kind of gets overwhelming?
ooh,
You
honey.
said me or Chris,
Both of
Courtney?
y'all, not
Yeah,
Crystal, that answered already for real.
She said, "What boundaries do you set to?
What practices do
Oh,
you
what practices do you
or
have in
rituals
place
do
to
maintain your boundaries
to
when life?
maintain your boundaries?" Okay. Oh, well, I'm gonna go with professional first because y'all were saying how you need a few minutes, but everybody know, almost everybody know at my job. If I need to lunch, I need I need to lunch. Truth be told, I mean for real. I mean, I said I'm there physically, but
Hmm.
yeah, all these
Not
questions and
available.
carrying on. Yeah, after lunch,
Right.
then I wake up. I'm really made for second shift work, but haven't found it yet. But I'm made for second shift work because before lunch, I'm really just there going through the motions. You know what I'm saying? Work. I mean, I do what if fires are there, I put them out. But other than that, but yeah. So yeah, like I think Crystal said, it's easier at work than it is in your personal life because in your personal life, like you said, they don't understand that when they lay eyes on you, they expect you to be able to either put on that mom hat, that wife hat, or that you know TT hat, whoever hat they expect you to show up and be ready to perform what they need you to perform. So it's definitely difficult in your personal relationships to put up those boundaries. But we have to because I like what Ebony said earlier, when she said, I'm overstimulated. I was like,
yeah.
or mine is I've peopled enough for today. I'm all peopled out. And so one of my ways is with me. I think we were talking about sacred places or safe places. Mine is my vehicle. I could sit in my car literally for hours if nobody would bother me. I really could sit in my car and just scroll. And it's just, like you said, woosah, get myself together. And I have to do that. Like, even once I get home, I sit there for a while because I know once I put my key in my door and open it up, there is something for me to do. I always tell people that I come into my second job because I literally, like you said, come in, put my purse down, go into mommy mode. We're getting, like you said, homework. We're getting clothes ready for tomorrow. If we got games, let's get ready. Let's get moving so we can get over here to there. Yeah, so it's always something to do. And so I know I have to have my woosah in the car because, yeah, once I enter in the house, it's over with. I have to be ready to go. So yeah.
Same thing with me, Miss Glover. When I
Hmm.
get off of work,
Hmm.
I get home. My baby knows go and get out the car. She gets the key and go on
Hmm.
in. I have to sit in the car and decompress because
Yes,
I
yes, yes, yes.
overstimulated. I tell the truth, I'm overstimulated every day.
Hmm.
Every day. And Saturday is my only day, and I mean that I don't want to.
Oh, mine too.
Don't bother me unless it's an event or something I already planned. Other than that, just leave me be. Cause I got
Yeah,
that moment. But yeah, I'm the same way, Miss Glover. The car is my best friend. I'm gonna sit there for a minute. Good little minute. Then I'm gonna go in the house and like you said, we got homework. It's just so much. It's just kind
yeah,
of going and going and going and going and going. So yeah,
yeah,
and I do the same like you said, Ebony. I will tell look, I'm overstimulated. I just need a moment. And
Yeah,
I'm thankful that my baby she be like, okay, mama. She gives me my
yeah.
moment. Because I got to have it. I got to have it.
'Cause I
Yeah.
think one time I was doing something and my girl was because she like me on 10. And I was like, and my son came in, I was like, hey, you got to back up off mama. Don't
Okay.
sit lady. Get and I was so proud of him in that moment to, recognize like, hey, I'm trying to be y'all's mother. I'm trying to be the be all, but you've got to give me
Give
a
me a
second.
minute.
Give me a minute.
Like,
Give me
I just let me breathe because once I bounce back, I'm ready. But in that
Yeah.
right.
moment, you know, I I need it. I
Yeah.
got to have it
Yeah.
so that
Do
I can
you
be effective. And so, you don't want to snap at your children, especially when
right.
it's their fault, and but being able to, I think for me in that moment, I was stuck. I was like, okay, my son is emotionally intelligent. Like he get it.
mhm. That's a
He get
proud
it.
moment.
And I was like, girl, you done did something here.
Yeah. Do you guys find it helpful to know like I've gotten to a point where I need to know what my week is gonna look like. I gotta know what like my day, my week, my month
Yes.
like so that I know like how much social output is going to be required of me this week or this month. I need to know like and I try to be intentional with like, okay, this is the weekend, I have nothing going on, I plan on doing nothing, I think I'm gonna shower, put a moo on and just rest because I have all these other weekends it's back to back, but that
Yes.
helps me too. It's like I need to be intentional about my time. I have zero time for craziness and I have to make time to decompress.
Yes. Same here. Same here.
Mine not so much. Like I have to know what my Monday through Friday till 5 gonna look like.
Hmm.
And because that is so structured for me,
Yeah.
because go to work, got to get kids to school,
Yeah.
got home, get off, got to make sure homework is done. My
Hmm.
son now is working. What days are you working? Um, so that is so structured. I may have y'all know I'm a church a lot, so if I
Hmm.
got meetings, da 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 da. So Friday after 5 and Saturday and Sunday, I just kind of let that roll. Like it's
Go with the flow,
very,
whatever.
yeah, I just go with the flow. It's very flexible. Sometimes I'm being like, hey, sister, we going such and such a place. I'm like, we are. You sure?
Girl, I need to know.
And so, but and some of that is already planned. Like I have to put it, and some of it I have to put on my calendar, or
Yeah,
else I forget. Because if
I
I
will
forget, I
forget.
ain't coming.
Yep,
Because I will forget.
me too.
But
Um,
like my Saturdays, I need those to ebb and flow. Like when they can, I need not to be scheduled. Not to no. Like I need some flexibility in that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I get that.
okay.
Can I
For
ask?
me,
I'm
okay, go
sorry.
ahead, Courtney.
No, no,
Okay,
no.
go ahead.
Don't go. Keep
Oh,
going.
okay, I said, for me, and it's so funny because, like, I think we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, like, we're all so different, but yet so alike. It's so fun to hear everybody talk
Yeah.
because, like, for me, Saturdays, I don't want nothing on Saturday. I tell everybody, I enjoy my mortgage on Saturdays. So unless
Okay.
unless it's like, if I enjoy this mortgage that I pay for, I don't want to move, don't want to leave the house. Like, Crystal said, I'm intentional, baby. Listen, I move just enough so y'all won't think I'm going on the glory.
Okay.
I'm gonna move just enough, just enough. I get up and go to the bathroom at the last minute to my bladder about to cry out. Then I get up
Oh.
and go. I don't want to move
Yeah.
on
I am
Saturday.
so
Yeah.
And
tickled.
at all.
That's
And
good.
so, yes, I enjoy my home, my mortgage on Saturday. That's my plan every week. And so, when somebody interrupts that, I'm really bothered because I like to enjoy my mortgage on Saturday because that's the only time I can.
I know
Because,
that's
like you
right.
said, Monday through Friday, we are tied to a job from 8 to 5 or whatever. Then my son has, if they play sports, you're going and you're doing that. And if
Yep.
not, you still have something in the afternoon. You have homework, you have getting ready for tomorrow, getting ready for the week. And so really, there's no time for me during the week. But Saturdays, I try not to schedule anything intentionally. And then Sunday, of course, is dedicated to church, to
Yeah.
ministry. So yeah. So
Yes.
That's right.
Saturdays are my
What did you want to
time for me.
ask?
Ma'am.
Courtney.
What did you want to
Okay,
ask?
Oh.
You
so
had a question?
my question is, can you think back to our mothers, okay, when we were young,
Mm.
and can you remember your mother feeling these feelings we are feeling, that overwhelming, or did they express that?
Hindsight, high now being 44 with two kids, I do reflect back and I do remember, but in that moment, I didn't know
Right.
that's what it was. But now I'm like, oh, okay, I get it, Ma. This is exactly what you're talking, like in the evenings when she would come home and just be like, I'm cooking something, or she would bring something in and she would just go in the bathroom and be in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Um, Mom used to get up on Saturday mornings, like before we would get up. She does it now. She gets up before the whole house and she's up. I hear her sliding through the house sometimes, but she'll get up and she would be gone. And we would wake up like, where you been? And she was like, oh, I had to go to the grocery store. And but I also feel like those were her times of like away from my dad, away from us.
Mhm.
Like, I'm going to go to the grocery store and I'm going to take my time. She probably went and sat down and had us some Shoney's or something. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, I don't know. But I do remember her taking those moments. And then my mom is a beauty shop girl. Like that's who taught me about like going to the salon, and that's her moment. Like she uses that now. She goes every other Friday, and
Yeah, she still be in there
yeah,
because
she
I done
still
run
be in it.
into her a
And
couple
that's
of times.
her moment, like away from everybody. It's a peaceful environment. So yeah, I feel like now I can see it. But then, girl, no, I was asking for something. I was too busy asking for something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just thinking
Um,
about,
I think they carried it better than we do.
that was my point. That was going to be my point. I think they carried it way better. And
Yeah.
sometimes I think back and I be like, when my mama was my age, she was like she had it all
All
together.
together.
yeah, I don't understand. I still be asking my mama because she still my mama pushes beyond the break.
She goes, baby.
She be going.
Mm-hmm.
And I still look at her in awe and be like, I want to have the stamina that
Mm.
when I grow up,
Okay.
what you have. Because comparing, I ain't never gonna be grown
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
to her. But I also noticed that she never complained. She still don't complain. She can be dead tired, and I take joy now being able to say, Mama, I got it.
I got it. Yeah.
Sit down.
Sit
I'd be
down.
like, sit down, serve it. So like
Yeah.
my mama cooks, my daddy want to eat fish every Saturday. So every Saturday, she gonna get in there. She gonna fry some fish. She gonna fry some chicken. We gonna have French fries, okra. Sometimes when we throwing a little razzle dazzle, we gonna have some corn. But I come in there, she can. Her whole body can be hurting, but she's still in there cooking.
Doing it.
And so sometimes we'll go in there, and my girl likes to cook, so we'll go in there, and I'll be like, "Okay, Mama, we got it,"
Yeah.
you know. And that's how. And I know she's really tired when she actually sit down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because a lot of times she'll stay in there with us. I'll be like, so if she don't, if she don't sit down before, and then when she sit down, she be sleeping like 3 to 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she carries it way better. That's a different generation, and they
Yeah,
make
it
they
Yeah,
is.
they don't make them like that no more. They don't
no,
make
they
them like
not.
that no more.
Cause they ain't
That's a
made.
different
Cause they ain't
stock.
made like that. Cause what I'm gonna do is sit down.
I'm
Sit
sit
down.
down.
I'm gonna get my
I'm
rest.
I'm gonna
I'm
order
gonna
that
rest.
fish platter from Captain
Yeah.
Hook somewhere, honey.
Listen,
Yes, madam Mm-hmm.
that be my thing. Like, what we don't, cause baby, I'm quick to be like, you know what? Let me run on over here to the China Walk,
Okay.
and we finna, get this.
I would have said, your daddy want that fish on Fridays. Stop by Captain Hook's
Mm-hmm.
and get
Yeah,
him some fillets. But I do
Mm-hmm.
think it speaks volumes to the like our mothers. I I don't want to say that we're not, but just being spiritually driven in that way.
mm-hmm.
Um, because I feel like, they were just brought up in that, like spiritually charged. They
Yes.
get that extra from that spiritual charge that they have. So
I,
they
I
don't.
think it was their okay. Okay, yeah, I was thinking it's their love language because,
That's
like,
not
Yeah.
my dad is the same way. If he
I love.
feeding you, baby, he love you. And you have to think about the times that they grew up in. That's all they had was a little grocery. And if they shared their little groceries with you,
Uh-huh.
that meant they really loved you. They didn't have a lot of material things. And I think us, we're blessed to have a lot more material things. So we show it in other ways. We show our love for our family in other ways, materialistic ways,
That's
other
yeah.
than yeah, I'm not standing over no stove, but baby, like you said, I'll bring you a box of chicken in here. Yeah, I love you. We show, it's different. We just show it differently. Yeah, they believe in feeding you. Yeah, if the elder generation love you because they gonna feed you.
yeah. I
Yes.
love that. That is so
Yeah, and,
true.
and I think
Mm,
my mother's is definitely acts of service. She is an acts
acts
of
of
service
service.
person. She
Mm-hmm,
will do anything for you, but she
mm-hmm,
also she love a gift. Now she love a
mm-hmm,
gift. So one of the things
Oh
I
yeah.
have always loved to do is give her stuff that I know she ain't gonna buy herself. Cause the first thing she gonna ask me, how much it costs?
Yeah.
I be like,
mm-hmm,
don't worry about it, girl, I got you.
mm-hmm.
So um so ladies, we've talked about what our sacred spaces are. We've talked about how we go about creating them. Do creating these sacred spaces and these boundaries, do you think it strengthens relationships or do you think it weakens them?
That's a good question.
I think it depends on the person, because I feel like if they truly know you, know your heart, that boundaries shouldn't bother them. Some people, um, yeah, you have to put up boundaries because if not, they will drain you. I have
Mhm.
people that say, I have to say, look, I can talk to you for 2 hours. I'm about to put this phone down because I can't give you no more of me today. Some people you have to just say, hey, look, this enough. I'll come back tomorrow. The story ain't gonna change. This situation gonna still be here
That's
next
right.
week. It's gonna still
It's
be
still
here.
gonna be there.
They gonna still be here. But I mentally can't. I mean, I have people in here and everybody know. I have people that drain me. So I do have to just say, you know what, this week I'm not answering the phone. I'm not, I know what the storyline gonna be on the other end of that phone. So I'm not answering the phone because I don't have the mental capacity or the spiritual capacity this week to deal with it. It's gonna drain me. And so and they understand that. I think when I come back after a week or so, they're still there. They're still there. So I think if they
It ain't gonna be
truly, no, they ain't going nowhere. No, 'cause nobody doesn't want to hear it. They know I listen. But yeah,
there.
That's so true.
yeah.
I think I have some of my people trying to be like, ask me, do I have the capacity today?
Yes.
Because there's
I
sometimes they'll
love
come and
that.
be like, sis, do you have the mental capacity to
Mm-mm,
hear something from me today? And sometimes I'll be like, yes, and sometimes I'll be like, no,
mm-mm.
Right.
because I don't have. I need you to check on my mental status before you unload on me
Yes.
because I
Thank
am
you.
empathic and
Thank
will
you.
absorb everything. So I need you. And sometimes they can start talking
Check
and be
on
like,
you.
you know what? I can't handle this today.
Mm-mm.
I
Yeah.
can't do it. So yeah.
I think it's important, ladies, that we have to remember we still have to teach people like what those boundaries are.
Mm-hmm.
Boundaries are only effective if we communicate them, right?
That's
If
right.
people know like this is the line or this is my requirement or this is my bandwidth. I use that all the time. Like
Mm-hmm.
my mental bandwidth, my emotional bandwidth, my spiritual bandwidth, because I may be on E in one of them areas. So I
Mm-hmm.
won't be able to service you emotionally, spiritually, or mentally, right?
Mhm.
So explaining that and letting people know it, I do it better with my children and at work than I do in my other relationships, like my friendships and romantic relationships. I definitely have to work on that because I feel like I need to be there for everybody. So I'm working on it. But like y'all said, in most cases, the people who really love you, they know, like, okay, she in a space. Or if they really know you, they'll get it. But we have to teach people and communicate what our bandwidths and our boundaries are.
Yeah, most definitely.
So in doing that and teaching people, what is a healthy way to respond to someone who keeps violating your boundaries?
Mm.
Ooh.
I'm big on terror. Sometimes I have to know. That's one of the things I read. I got a book. It's the book on boundaries my therapist told me to get. Boundaries are more for you than they are for the other person. So if
Yeah.
someone oversteps that boundary, that's you moving the goalpost. That's not
Mhm.
them pushing the goalpost out the way. So not answering is making them maintain that boundary.
Yes. Mhm.
It's just like training, or conditioning people to things. So for me, I have to hold myself accountable for my boundaries more so than other people, you know.
Okay. So we need to hold ourselves accountable
Hmm.
Right. Right.
for what we say. Because I said this the other day, if I had stuck to the plan I had,
Hmm.
I wouldn't even got married their first time.
See what
Mhm.
If I had stuck to that. But I moved the goalposts. That was my fault. That was my fault.
when we
Um
do it
and we do.
to appease people, to make people happy,
Yeah.
we're willing to make ourselves so uncomfortable and everybody else more like comfortable
Yep.
Yeah,
when it
like
comes to the matters of everything on our life, because
yeah,
that's like we're wired that way.
I'm through setting myself on fire
Period.
Mhm.
to keep other people warm.
Mm-mm.
I
Mhm.
just I can't do it. Um, do boundaries evolve over time, ladies?
Heck yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do you think they evolve? How have you evolved? Let's make it personal.
Mm.
How have you evolved over
Okay,
time?
that's good. Um, I think with me, the older I've gotten and the more responsibility I have in my own personal life, I've had to set up boundaries because, like I said, I have a few friends that will drain me to death with everything that they have going on, and honestly, nothing's going to change about their situation. So I had to set up myself and just say, let me step back from this because I'm taking on this fight for them or taking it on as my own, and they desire no change in that situation. You have to realize, I'm like, nah, after year 4, 5, I don't think you want no change. I think you want to talk about it. I think you want to talk about it to me. And then I take stuff, I take stuff personal. I take it on. It's like, if you my friend, baby, believe me, your fight is my fight.
Your
You hear
fight is
me? And
my
so
fight, and I'm
yeah,
madder than you are.
I'm
Yeah.
madder than you. Why I'm
And I'm
madder
gonna
than
hold on
you?
to it probably longer than you.
Right, right. And so, and I just had to say, let me step back. Or now I quickly, with one of them in particular, I changed the subject. Like, if you start talking about that we know you're not going to change, baby, let's change the subject. We know good and well, I done told you all I could tell you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what else you think I would say. But you're obviously not taking heed to what I'm saying. Let's change the subject. Expounding my energy and my breath again for that. And so you just have to I know I have over the years. I just can't, cause like you said, you have so much that you can take on without it burdening and weighing you down. I just can't. So yeah, I think time for me has been a good teacher and life and on my behalf. And the thing about it is most of the people that pull on you, you can't spill on them. You know what I'm saying? When my life started life and it getting real over here, and I can't, call on you, then yeah, it's time to step back and start, loving, like you said, creating a sacred place for Tara. I can't take on your burdens anymore. So yeah, it's been really the last 2 years for me has been a very big eye opener in those type of situations. So yeah.
That's a
Um,
real good question, El.
well, you kind of answered it. So, hey, Coach Jay, he said, "Why do we have boundaries for people anyway?" And Crystal kind of answered that earlier and said that the boundaries aren't for other people. The boundaries are really for us.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And so, and when someone is disrespecting. And then, and this is the one thing I think that sometimes we can create something. We can say we're in trying to teach people how to treat us.
Mhm.
He's stupid. You give them an opportunity to not violate that. You say, hey, this is what I need from you.
Yes.
I think if they, because I usually give people like 3 times, okay, so maybe you didn't understand it the way I said it the first time. So I'm gonna tell you one more
I'm
time.
gonna say it a little differently.
I'm gonna say a
Mhm.
little different. And then, but when you violate it again, I'm be like, oh, okay, so they don't
You don't care about my mental.
respect
No.
me. I'm like, you know what? So maybe, but that third time, baby, that ball game, you don't appreciate me.
Mm-mm.
You don't
Mm-mm.
appreciate me.
I think too, y'all, we to
Baby, I
speak to
cut
that,
folks off,
Jay,
off.
is we outgrow people, and that's okay.
And
And
that's
that's
That's so
okay.
good. That's good. That's good. That's good.
It's
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
It is
Like,
no beef. It is no
no,
beef. But people they make it got to be beef or she bougie.
no,
What I do nothing, baby. We just went out.
no,
We grew in separate ways, and there's nothing
wrong
wrong
with
with
that.
that.
okay.
I'm
I,
not mad at
I
all.
had a
Yeah.
friend tell me maybe a year or two ago, he was just like, "You're so boring. You don't like to do all the stuff we used to do." And
Mhm.
it's like, no, I don't do it. I'm 44 now.
Right.
He was like, "You don't ever do anything. You don't go nowhere. You don't do anything." And it's like, yes, I do.
I
It's
do a
just
lot.
the things that I enjoy doing are
Mhm.
different from the things that
Mhm.
I enjoyed doing in my 20s, in my 30s.
Right.
I hit 40, my whole perception on things kind of shifted. Like, I would rather travel. I would rather book a flight than spend $150 for an event, hair, nails, makeup, all the things to go to a bar or something. Like, it's just, I just enjoy different things now. I can't
Mhm.
do a lot of loud noises now. I'm older. I don't like big crowds all the time. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Not
Yeah.
all the time. Outdoors, okay, but like concerts and stuff. I wanted to go see Beyonce so bad, but I know the way my anxiety gets set up.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna put
Baby,
myself
I'm
in places
proud.
that make me feel uncomfortable in any kind of way, or and I'm just not gonna do anything that I don't want to do anymore. Like,
Yeah.
just not.
That's it. That's it.
If I don't want to do it, no, I'm not.
So,
Y'all have fun.
so
No.
Jay was talking about creating boundaries within relationships. So, how do you maintain the boundaries when you are the mate?
Mm.
When you are what now?
You kind of went out, Ebony. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, you went out. You said, how do you maintain boundaries when you are what?
With a mate, with a mate.
Oh, with a mate.
When
Mm-hmm.
you are the mate, when you're the mate. hmm So
I'm very, very
I,
single right
that's
now.
why
I'm yeah. I need you ladies to come on with that.
Yeah, I'm very, very
well,
single right
I am divorced because I have been married. And when you have a partner, even for partners who are working through things, the answer is not always to leave. So sometimes, um, and I'm a reference a book I read before, and it was talking about making sure you and your partner's emotional tank stayed full. Um,
now.
and I really think for a partner, when you are in a partnership and you have somebody who actually wants to work towards it, they should be um, wanting to make sure that you all have a good emotional understanding. Sometimes when we grow, we can be like weeds and we can grow in other directions, but in the end, um, a man who is rooted wants to does not is not going to continue to intentionally violate his wife's trust. Now,
Mm,
men and women, we're human, so therefore we are going to make mistakes.
mm-hmm.
But it's not so much in the mistake as how you overcome and correct what you did.
Mm.
And
That's
so I think it's a way for married couples to come back from violated boundaries. Is it hard work? Yes, because it's much easier to violate the boundary than it is to correct the action. But
Yeah.
it's workable if you work it. So you
I
can be you can be in a relationship, that has kind of gone awry a little way. You done violated some things, but you can mend that fence. It can become a gate and not a wall.
I think in observation of some people in amazing relationships, and also in my past relationships, I've learned how important it is to know your partner, right?
Mm,
Know, like it was saying, like know their emotional tank, know when, being able to identify when they're on E on any level,
mhm.
um, and be not feel responsible to be that thing that charges them. Because the same way we need a sacred space, I feel like our men also need to have that sacred space, a
Yeah.
Absolutely.
space for them to pray, a space for them to have an outlet, a space for them to like mentally, recharge, emotionally recharge. They Men need that same vibe, right?
Ooh, we might have to get the fellas to talk about that.
I feel like they do. I feel like it's important for them to have friendships outside of the
Yes.
relationship.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Women, everybody need their own set of friends.
I
Yes,
Right.
agree. I
yes.
agree.
Um, and I know that's challenging for a lot of people because there's different traumas attached to trust and all the different things of that nature. But we're individual people that come together to share life as one, right? And we have an assignment to each other. Shout out to Jay. Um,
Mhm.
we have that assignment to each other. So,
Look,
um,
I was just saying with the circle of trust with your girls. This is just-
I
Um,
think
So
Jonathan, no.
type of vibe. I agree
It's
with you, Courtney.
different.
Go ahead, elaborate, Courtney.
No, it's different. With your girls, the boundaries, it's different.
Hmm.
You know.
And how
It's
I
a
talk,
different type of relationship, so it's going to be different.
how I
Yeah.
talk to my
It's
girls,
totally
I can't bring it to my
but
man like that.
but should you be able
right.
to she she did say Jonathan. She called your whole
I
government
mean,
name.
I don't know him. Y'all know. Hey, I don't know him. It just said Jonathan.
Well, she,
Don't pay him any mind, girl.
But
but I
it's
agree, Courtney.
it's the bound it's setting the boundaries is totally different.
But
It's
shouldn't you be
Yeah,
able to talk to your man like you talk to your girl?
yeah,
Like
good.
I
absolutely.
want to be able to. I want my man to come in and be like, "Girl, let me tell you what happened," and I'll be like,
Yes,
"What?
yeah,
Tell me all the tea."
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But they won't though. But they won't. That's the
Yeah,
thing. It's weird. They
I've
won't.
I've had some relationships, and I mean, like I've had
Now,
relationships where we had that conversation, and when the relationship end, now I'm mad again because I ain't got nobody to call and tell about what just happened. Now,
Well,
Yeah.
I have that as
but
well.
I think they tell you some. I don't think they tell all because I think they're just like we will. We tell some. You kind of, yeah.
I think you know what though. Let's
Mhm.
think of it this way: that type of relationship with your mate is a sacred space that you have to create. And like
Yes.
and it
Hmm.
takes work. It
Hmm.
takes work
But
and
if
trust.
you have mine, like mine, some of them want to put on portray like they don't talk about other things. They don't know nothing about nothing. They don't know nothing about nothing that's going on outside. Huh?
And be knowing all the tea.
All of it. They both know more tea. That's why I said women get the label of being gossip. Know everybody. No, if you want real tea, go to the men. The
Yeah,
men know the real tea.
they know
They
it.
know everybody's tea. Hmm.
But I've always been one that said you have to, just like you cultivate relationships with
Yeah,
your romantic partner, you have to cultivate those relationships with your friends as well,
exactly.
because all of it ends in ship. It's a friendship. It's a
Hmm.
relationship.
Yeah.
So you still have to put that time in to let those other people know that they can trust you. I've had a friend that be like, "Hey, you can't just put me on the shelf and expect." I, and disclaimer: I am not the friend you can go months, and months and months and months without speaking to. I'm not. We gotta talk. Once a month. If we go 7 8 months, I'm assume. Now I'm gonna still consider you my friend.
Hmm.
But the circle, the part of
Yeah.
the circle you in has moved,
That's
because
shit.
if we go 8 9 months without any type of peep, we may get on the phone and talk for an hour, but you have no clue what's going on in my
In
life.
my
So
life.
how can I consider you a close friend?
Right.
Yeah. I
You know
think
what
that's important too, Eb, to know like identifying your friends,
I'm
right?
saying?
Like you got to know like okay what people need, just like in your mate, like you got to know what they need. Like in your friendships you got to know like, is this my friend that I need to check in? We chat in the morning before work every day, quick check in, or we talk every evening to be like, hey girl, how was your day? Same thing. I think some of my friends I can go months without us actually talking, but when we do talk it's like picking up right
You
where we
pick
left
up where you left off. And I think there's different levels, I guess that's the word to say, of friendship. Like I have some friends,
Mhm.
like you said, I speak to every day out. And then there's some, like you said, it'd be months, some maybe, I don't know about years, but a long time. But when we, like you said, we pick up, but there's
Yeah.
different levels. Like I have friends that, some friends I'll tell stuff that I may have going on in my relationship. But then there's some friends I won't, there's certain friends you have for different situations, I feel.
Mhm.
When you grow up, when you get older and evolve, you realize every friend is not that you
Yep.
can't tell everything to. I have a friend, I mean, she'll ride or die. I can't tell her what's going on in my relationship, baby, because she be really couple. You know what I'm saying?
Right
She
over
don't play about me. You know what I'm
there.
saying? She don't play about me. So it's like certain
That's
people like, now I'm gonna hold that for this one over here. That I
yeah,
tell
just
her,
don't talk it
Because
down.
yeah.
if we, but you know what? I'm
Mhm.
that friend, but what I have learned, and more so really in the last probably 2 years, I have really just started grasping this wholeheartedly,
Hmm.
is that I want whatever you want.
Yes,
If you
yes,
like it, I love it.
Because
love it
if you like it, I love it for real, baby. You know what?
Yes.
Because I'm not finna be mad at that man,
at
and
all.
you gonna be back with him tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow when you get off the phone. Well, hold on, girl, this him calling right now.
You can call
I
him
mean,
right
tell me the
now,
one you were just talking about to me had me ready to go over there. Oh,
and
him?
you ready?
Oh, okay. And hang up, won't even let you say, huh? They're gonna hang up, they go on the click on those.
Yeah.
So I have learned to reserve my energy.
Yes.
Yes.
And this other thing, but if you done got me 38 hot with that man
Mm-hmm.
more than 1 or 2 times, I'm probably also not gonna be that leaning post. You ain't gonna be able to lean
Right.
on me because
I
I
agree.
no longer believe what you got to say.
So something I've
So
learned, y'all,
don't complain about him to me no more.
something I've learned having an adult daughter. I love her. Um, I've learned how to show up for her, which it has helped me in my friendships, right? So I am like I can be like I'll over insert myself into things when that's not
Mhm.
even what people are asking for. They're not. They
Oh,
just need to
me
know.
too.
Yes. Ooh, that's me. Mm-hmm.
So now when me and my friends, including my daughter, when we get into conversation, because now that she's 20, she about to be 26, we do the whole like, she my little best friend. You know what I'm saying? Now, even though she used to want my friend, like we weren't friends, but now we friends. We can talk about anything. I always ask that question, like, hey, so let me ask you, when you get started, like, pause. What are you needing from me right now? Are you needing a sounding board? Or are you asking for advice? And so, like, she'll be like, Mom, I just need you to hear me out. And that's where I have to practice restraint of
Yeah.
not feeling like I gotta fix it and solve it and give it the blueprint of this how you need to do it. I just end the conversation with like, wow, you sound like you really have it planned out and you're thinking it through. I trust that you're gonna make the best decision for you.
I love that for you, Crystal, and I hope that when my
It's
girl is
hard.
that age, I can be like,
It's so hard.
okay,
Because as
I'm
soon as
gonna be that way too. That's good.
listen, as soon as I get off the phone, I'd be like, she would have just listened to me. I done did it. I done done it.
listen,
No, you
Yeah.
don't have to go through it. But I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
she got to go through her own thing. So like, I practice that with my friendships too, especially when if they trust me to share something in regards to their relationship or something that's going on with the kids or whatever. If they trust me with that, then I have to ask: Are we just? Oh, am
yeah.
I just hearing you out? Or you wanted to know like, you know, what I think or what and then I go from there. So I'm not one giving out more than I need to, and two, I'm not overstepping any boundaries. You know what I'm saying with them. So
Yeah. How much do you tell your person about those places and spaces, your sacred
Yeah.
spaces? Um, what they need to know?
I mean, is it a It's not a secret.
Right. It's not a
It's
hiding
not a
place. I mean, we
secret
just
space.
It's
It's not
just
a
this
secret
is the
space.
place where I go to be judged.
Yeah.
Courtney, what are you thinking over there?
Courtney,
I
what you think?
you know,
like
like we
all
Batman, we
like
going in a cave somewhere.
all of us like what?
What are you talking about?
Or maybe he's asking, because what we're asking for, what we're saying with sacred space is like,
Oh, he said, "Wow." Oh,
okay, Jay, are you asking?
I don't think we're understanding maybe what he's asking. I
It's
don't.
not a secret, but it's not a shared space. So how much of that space are we willing to share? I'm willing to share my space. It may not be your cup of tea. If I'm going to the trail for a 3 mile walk, baby, you are welcome to come with me. But guess what? I'm gonna have my headphones on and I'm gonna probably be listening to some gospel or some type of motivational
yeah.
podcast or something like that. And I may not have any engagement for you. So if you're just wanting to be in my space with me, that's cool. Just know it's not a space or time for me to cater to you in any kind of way because this is for me.
It's not sacred anymore if you're there bothering the person that's trying to get away from you. I'm
So
sorry.
if
Yeah.
you want to be in the space with me, if you want to go sit in the park with me and while I read a book, you read a book, then that's cool. We can be in each other's space together, but just as long as you understand that this is not a time for me to like do anything. This is solely me working on me. Like you're welcome to come to yoga, come to Pilates with me, but know that I'm not going to stop my Pilates session to help you with your form. You know
Your
what I'm
downward
saying? Yes, I'm not going to help you with your form, baby. So it's not a secret space. It's just a sacred space.
That's the sacred space,
That's a
right?
sacred space.
So, in closing, if you could leave the audience with one takeaway about creating and maintaining sacred spaces, what would it be?
Keep it. Yeah. Look. In lieu of what Jonathan just said, keep it sacred. Don't allow anyone to invade your sacred space in time. Because take that time for yourself. Because I don't allow anybody to to invade it because it's not sacred anymore. I understand what Crystal was saying, but like in my house, it's only three of us, and we all have our little spaces. Usually, mine is a bedroom. My husband, and my son now he's retreated to his room. Like we're together, but yet we're separate and giving ourselves time to recharge and get what we need, and not just be on top of each other. And we'll come back together again.
We'll
We'll come back
revisit.
together again. Yeah. Yeah, it's not gonna
I
be
love
forever. I'm not gonna sit in the car forever. I'm not gonna,
Sit in
stay in
the
the bathroom forever.
it.
My legs go to sleep after a while on the toilet. So I'm not gonna stay in there forever. So I'm coming back and I'm gonna come back better. That's what they
Yeah.
need to understand. For your friends, your family, you coming back better. Like it's needed for you to be what they need you to be.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I
that's
love that.
that's yes. So that's what I'm gonna take. And I hope Jonathan and people like him understand. Yeah. We're doing it for the betterment of the ship. Like
Yeah.
Ebony said, relationship, you know,
Shit,
the
yeah,
without-
all of that. We're
betterment.
doing it for the betterment of the ship. Mhm.
Courtney,
I would say if you don't have a sacred space, take what we're saying
Mm-hmm.
and find you a sacred space.
Oh yes.
So
Yeah.
that would be what I would leave with. If you don't have it, you don't understand it, take you a few moments. If you could play this back,
Mm.
listen to the things we're saying, and find your sacred space. It's going to help you. It's going to help you.
Yes.
Okay? So that's all. And just keep extending grace to other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Grace.
That's it, girl.
You need grace as well. So
That's
that's
right.
all the takeaway is for tonight. That's it.
all right, Crystal.
I think my thing that I would want to leave with everyone is to be intentional about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Courtney and Tara both made 2 of the 3, 4 valid points that we've made tonight. Keep it sacred,
Mm-hmm.
create a space, and be intentional about it.
Mm-hmm.
Choose what you want to do in that space. If it's read your scripture, if it's meditate and pray, if it's just to like release and just breathe, like breathing exercises, going for a walk. whatever it is, let it be something that's going to recharge you and be intentional with that time.
That's
Be
good.
intentional with it.
That's
It's
good.
good.
I want to thank you, ladies, so much for coming on What's in Your Cup, Heart and
I love
Crown.
it.
It was amazing. It was
Yeah.
Yes,
wonderful.
ladies.
And I want to tell everybody to don't get burnt out before you appreciate setting boundaries.
Mm,
And that's kind of hard to do because sometimes you don't realize you need a boundary until you're burnt out. But listen to your body.
Yeah.
oh God, yes. Yes.
Your body will never steer you wrong.
I love that.
So listen to yourself. So this has been What's in Your Cup, Heart and Crown, the Queen's Table. We'll see you back in 1 month.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye,
Congratulations.
ladies.
Good
Bye. Have
night.
a good night.